Hey everybody, and welcome back to my Revel channel. This is season 7 episode 11 for Real Housewives of Potomac, titled Showtime. And that's exactly what we got this week when you're talking about different cast members knowing when to ask questions, when to bring in somebody else's business without telling lies. It definitely worked. And then you have the ones who didn't waste any camera time. Well, there were a few, but there were 2 OGs that definitely held it down. And I'll be honest, it was Giselle and Karen for me. So remember that next week, Real Housewives of Potomac will not have a new episode because of the holidays, but I do plan to bring a fashion review, possibly over their confessional looks or something along those lines, so you can still have something from me next week. And I am still working on the end of the year review, so if you have not, remember to go to my community tab, vote, and pick the ones you think that should win in that category. With that being said, let's go ahead and get into it because episode 11 opens back up with Karen visiting Giselle. And first thing first, whenever Giselle and Karen are on good terms, we get some of their most funniest moments. We also learned that this is Karen's first time visiting Giselle's home since she basically had them stranded in the driveway in the heat and they couldn't even use her bathroom. We learned that Karen feels like, the house looks nice and so forth when Giselle asks her what she thinks, and we all knew she was lying. Side note, Karen also gifts the twins a Gucci bracelet, and both of the twins and Giselle really appreciate it, and I think I appreciated it just a little bit because at 16 I didn't get Gucci. I think I got like a cookie cake or something along that line. Then we see production ask Karen what does she really think about the home.
I love the chandelier at the front door. Okay, I want to say something nice about your house other than the chandelier.
Now, honestly, I can only talk so much because, I'm an apartment. She's in a home. But I can say the decorations in that home, it's giving, checkerboard, black and white. Let's throw all these different prints in here just a little bit. It comes off as a little too much. I'll just say that. But hey, if she likes it, then she loves it. Both of the women are basically discussing their upcoming live show with Karen explaining that her show will be...
I was doing it in Bloomingdale's. What I'm doing is taking that to the stage.
Okay, so we're selling La Dame.
No, you don't mix your brands. But what you have is Q&A too.
So your portion of this is you're answering questions. So you question
you
answer.
got sizzle topics coming up. Okay, we're gonna have sizzle topics.
Sizzle topics.
Yes, girl, sizzle topics.
Okay.
And then we're gonna have a panel where we're gonna talk about love.
I'm getting it. I don't get it.
I was with Giselle. I don't get it, but maybe it just has to flush out and we see the ending result and it'll probably make a little more sense. Side note, I guess my assumption was wrong. It seems the bandits already knew about Karen Venture, so it may have just been a coincidence. So it's safe to say that we won't get the battle of the live shows this year, and I was hoping we would see something like that. But we also learned that Karen and Mia are back on good terms. She just feel like if something's wrong, Mia should come to her and it shouldn't be Jacqueline, and I understand that because Jacqueline sometimes does too much. Karen also makes it known that with Mia, if she's wrong, she'll own it. And I was looking like, girl, we haven't seen her own anything, but if you say so. We also get these funny expressions from Karen when Giselle tells her, this is what you missed when we were in Miami. She tells her about Mia and Jacqueline showering together and how she could see them from her window. She tells them how Mia told the ladies about if she's winning and pulling up in a Jag, then her bestie needs to type of thing. I'm, rewording it, putting it in my own words here. She also mentioned how Mia expressed how she and Jacqueline have shared exes in the past. Now, Giselle's question here is she's a little confused. Did Mia buy the car or was it G? And honestly, I feel like, why does it matter? If they bought it, cool. But I think she kind of relayed the message a little wrong, took it out of context. When Mia's basically said, if I'm winning, my friend needs to be winning, I see it as, how am I winning and I'm not bringing my people with me? That's what I was getting from it. Not that she's buying this and that. Brings up the stuff about, them possibly sleeping with the, same people, X, Y, and Z. We gonna leave that there. But we all know this is gonna set the stage for what we are gonna see later. So this is Giselle basically planting those little seeds. And then basically we see Karen say, Mia talks too much. She definitely does, but I think people appreciate it because she's considered an open book. The only thing about that, you just can't be an open book and then be upset when those things come back at you. We also see 3 separate scenes going on, and these were little mini scenes, honestly. And this was Ashley, Candace, and Robin doing their own thing. With Ashley, she's basically with her boys. Dean has come home from what I believe is school with his nanny, and then baby Dylan is super excited basically because his big brother is home. He wants to sit by him, typical kid thing. We also see Ashley say that she was excited to learn that a new home has just opened in her neighborhood and Michael is supposed to do a lot of the legwork to get her that home. Then she lets us know that
I are so entangled financially. It complicates things a lot. I'm thinking what is the protocol? What is the etiquette for this?
Does he stay at my house? Is that normal or no? Like, I don't know.
Ashley, why would he stay with you if y'all are getting a divorce or y'all are separating? In the beginning, when I first started reviewing this show, I was thinking, let me give her the benefit of the doubt because she's probably still trying to just do things for herself and learn all this other stuff. But how am I literally like a decade or close to a decade younger than you? And I even know that doesn't make sense. So Ashley, please be for real and stop playing with our face with this type of storyline. Then we have Rob. We learned that Juan is basically busy recruiting. She tells him about how she told Giselle they do not have a date for the wedding yet and how it's hard to pick one. Juan lets her know that, it's basically whatever you want to do. Side note, we're going to pretend that this wedding thing is real. So quick question. If the wedding thing is real for her, how do you guys feel about your spouse not being involved? I feel like a spouse should definitely be involved because it's our day, but let me know what you guys think because some people may think differently. They also discussed the prenup. They've been together since they were kids, and he basically feels like, if I ain't switch up, then why do you think I'm gonna do that now? And she says you never know how it's gonna be because people act different once people get money all the time. Honestly, I get what she's saying. That's definitely a valid point. But one thing that they can agree on is that they want it to be memorable for their kids. And then with Candace in the music video, she's doing her little last minute abs and stuff for the video. Her mom is on set. She feels like her mom should be there for her milestone. She just wants her to sit on the side and chill without doing too much like she did last time. We also see a little bit of the behind the scenes with her and Trina. She basically lets her know that, thank you for doing this for me. Side note, I do want to state that this is progress. This is definitely some progress because last year music video compared to this one shows you the difference a budget can make. And then we see Candace basically says she wants to be taken seriously when she's talking about being an artist. So side note, comment and let me know if you guys see her in that light of an artist now. Then the Bandits are viewing their venue for their live show. So basically this is a capacity of 400 people. They have 125 VIP tickets already sold. Robin says they have about 89 tickets more that she wants to sell. There are no sponsors, so that 10K budget that they have is coming out of their pockets. So logically they want to see an ROI, just like many of us would definitely want to see an ROI. Robin asks about the seating arrangements because she is worried about it looking empty, and we see her producer and her manager basically mention that those first 4 rows are going to go to those VIP people. Now I will say this, if she's worried about how it's going to look, that is very valid because y'all know how social media can be. It's all about perception and not reality. So if she's worried about the perception, she should have got a smaller venue so it gives off that illusion that it's more people. Even though 125 VIP tickets are actually good to say this is your first time doing something like this, but a 400 capacity, that is a lot to try to start off with. We see them want to view their meet and greet area, and Giselle and Robin eventually discuss their own things separately from the manager and the producer. Giselle reminds Robin to remind Juan about his participation in the event because he can easily forget things that he commit to. We then see Giselle say
About your wedding? Yeah. That I'm not invited to? No one's invited. I understand, no one's invited. Okay. I was in my feelings, but I got out of my feelings. I just want to be prepared just in case at the last minute you needed me to do something for you. Oh, okay. So I was opening up my calendar. Do you want to give me a date?
Listen, she's basically saying, friend, what's going on? Why we haven't heard anything else? Why don't I know about this? It's been about a good 2 years or so forth. So then Robin basically says, there is no date. We're still trying to discuss some things, her and Juan or whatever, but we already know the real on that. Then we see Wendy back with her family. So she had just had 2 surgeries and she had a 9-centimeter kidney stone removed. This sounds super painful. I have not been through that. I don't want to go through that, but her expression tells it all. We see her mom pitching in, trying to help. Her daughter's trying to feed her and so forth. Now, while she is drained at this moment, there were some funny scenes because we were looking like, ma'am, what? Her mom offers to fix her a pork chop with some spices and some wine, and Wendy's looking like, who wants that? Her mom mentions how she is a nurse, so I guess that's her way of saying, I know what I'm doing. But Wendy was me at this moment. Mama Wendy, she just had surgery. A pork chop and a beverage should be the last thing that she consumes. Wendy opts for the soup and water, and they're discussing their health, and we learned that her mom was in the hospital due to exhaustion. So they rehash everything that we learned in the earlier episodes when it comes to Wendy, and she basically says,
too, you gotta change your lifestyle too.
Yep. Isn't that what you guys told me? I asked for a new boob.
I doubt this is what she meant. I had the same expressions as Wendy because she's talking about let's put our health first, not let's get a breast augmentation. And honestly, I think you can't even get a breast augmentation without making sure that your health is right. Let me know if that's a real thing, because I do know when it comes to other surgery, they normally won't let you on the table unless your health is right. But then we see Karen visiting Mia. Karen walks in and Mia and her kids are baking graduation cookies. Mia lets Karen know that her daughter was expecting her to help make the cookies, and Karen smiles and she says, you know, we'll do it next time. And baby girl gives her this look and she's like, no, we're gonna bake them today. It was super cute, but Karen promises that they will make it next time. We then see Karen and Mia go to the side to talk, and Karen wastes no time. She's literally like a mini Giselle here with the question. She asks her if her and G are good. She tells her that Giselle told her about her and Jacqueline showering together. She lets her know that she knows that her and Jacqueline shared exes. Mia says that, you know, yes, me and G are good. Yes, we showered together. Yes, we did share an ex. And then she also admits that they have done some promiscuous things. Karen wants to know, you know, well, what are those things? And I'll be honest, everybody is wanting to know what that is at this point, because y'all keep dragging this on and y'all keep making it a part of this storyline. So if you're gonna talk about it, then talk about it. So Karen runs down a list of promiscuous options, and Mia settles on the answer that, you know, she wanted to be a gynecologist, so she used her flashlight to see certain things or whatever. Karen also asked,
You've had with other people together?
Yes.
Oh. Was it Peter?
she had Peter's girl first, so it's safe to say that Wendy was right. She may have had the wrong person. So then there's the reasonably shady live show. Ashley and Charisse make it there first. And side note, is this Robin's Grand Dame? Like the meme that I've been seeing all over social media is like super hilarious, because that's literally what I'm seeing right here. Karen and Ray step in and they're basically taking pictures. We then see Juan and the boys show up, and it was great to see them come out to support Robin. We learned that Ashley is also going to be a part of the show. Wendy and Candace will not be in attendance. Robin lets us know that she is super nervous because this is different from doing like a recording or being behind the scenes. And honestly, I understand what she's saying, because it is different when you step out and you're talking live in front of people. Then they have the comedian, and he opens up the show. He's supposed to basically, you know, hype up the crowd, and he completely messes up Robin's name.
Gentlemen, put your hands together right now for Robin Bryant and
So we know from here on out, Karen is basically going to be taking notes on everything that goes wrong. But hear me out a little bit. You know, I was looking at this, watching it, like how you mess up on her name when you know this is her event. But at the same time, it did say on the screen that he is a stand-up comedian. So maybe this was a part of his act. Then everybody is excited to see the bandits. Robin mic is either low or it isn't working. So they definitely should have did sound check beforehand. I don't know if they did that. And y'all already know that Karen is on the side making notes of that too. While on stage, they get into the show. We see them have a reasonably shady question section, do that dance sequence, and then they finish off with a crowd question with one of the ladies asking Robin, when is she getting married? And she basically dodges that question by saying, you know, stay tuned. We knew she was gonna say that. Then Karen gives us this funny confessional.
We all want to know when. It's an excellent question.
The show seemed okay. It was good to say this was their first time, so we know it should be better the more they do it. That's with anything that you do, honestly. Then we see Mia and Karen give us these funny moments.
I think it's actually a step up. We're not in a tent in her driveway, so.
Y'all did it. Honestly, it was good. Okay, good. I didn't sleep a lot. You know what?
But the real show happened afterwards. Jacqueline, Charisse, and Giselle are talking while Robin and Mia are off to the side. So basically Robin and Mia are talking, and Robin apologizes for not making it to Mia's opening, and Mia says, you know, it's okay because I have another one coming up. And then with Giselle and the others, Giselle asks, what did Mia mean when she says if she's winning, then you're winning, and if Mia bought her that Porsche? Jacqueline responds and says, you know, she makes her own coins. Charisse says she remembers Mia saying that when Giselle says, did she say this right? And Jacqueline says she doesn't remember. Of course Charisse would remember that. even though she doesn't remember anything else. I just gotta throw that out there, you know, a little food for thought. Giselle asks if Gordon bought her the car, and Jacqueline says, are you insinuating that I'm a side piece? With Giselle saying, well, we know Mia likes to watch and she likes other women. I know we be on Giselle's head because she's super nosy. Sometimes she can do too much, but Mia did put this information out there, so people are gonna discuss it. But Jacqueline didn't help her case, because when Giselle asks if she is the pick-me,
you'll have to ask me that. I'm asking you.
Girl, I was like Sharice and Giselle at this moment. That's when you should have said no. How is that spilling some type of tea unless there's something there? Ashley walks up, so Giselle gives her the spiel on what she asked her. Ashley confirms the same thing, so then they bring Robin and Mia back over. Giselle asks the same exact thing that she just asked Jacqueline, and she tells her Jacqueline's responses. Mia says her car is in her name, and she jokes everyone gets a car. You know, you get a car, you can get a car, you know, that Oprah type of moment. Mia also says that her and Jacqueline need to compare notes on what they're going to tell everybody when it's about, you know, if Jacqueline is in on the things with her and Gordon. And I'm looking like, what is their notes to compare on? Like, why can't y'all give us a straight answer? It's either no, we're not, or it's a mind your business. In other words, y'all just trying to keep the speculations going. That was the episode. So that was a little filler again, but I think that was okay. Let me know if you guys liked the review. I try to make it a little more fun based off of the different things that was happening in the background. So hopefully that helped you guys get through it. And I will see you guys really soon.